Hi, welcome to Sonny's The Car Wash Factory. I'm Anthony Analetto, and one of our frequently asked questions that we get all the time is, when is it the right time to take a link out of our chain and the conveyor? We used to go have a spring take-up conveyor. Now we're into air take-up conveyors. Chain likes to have the same tension on it all the time. Spring used to be heavy loaded, real tight, and then loosen the way up, and then real tight again. Air take-up has increased the life of chain, but it's still important to manage it and watch it, and to make sure you know when to take a link out of the chain. If you look down here, we've got a carriage that the entrance sprocket or drum is mounted to, and it's got a couple of collars on here that are stops. When this chain stretches, this carriage will slide backwards. If it ever gets to the point where it's at that last collar, it's time to take a link out of the chain. It's actually beyond time, because then all of a sudden the chain will get slacked and it'll start to wander around on the deck. So we want to take a chain out while it's somewhere in between here. And to do that, we release the air pressure, we compress the cylinder, the carriage all the way back to the front of this collar, and then we can remove a link of chain or two links of chain and then put the air pressure back on, and the carriage should float somewhere in between. It's going to move back and forth a little bit, and that'll be the right pressure. Depending on the length of your chain, the length of your conveyor, air pressure runs between 40 and 50 psi, log chain a little bit higher, somewhere in 60. If you're over 150 feet, you might have to be at 70 pounds of air. But you want the carriage to move back and forth. You want it to have some compression. You don't want it to be super tight, and you don't want it to be loose. If you wait until it goes all the way to the back, like I said, that chain will start to wander and start to find its own home and maybe run sideways or to one side or the other on the deck. So you want to make sure it's done all the time. And the reason why we have it here, it's important as a manager or as an owner, when you go to your car wash sites, open the trap door, take a look in there. Look at the carriage where it's positioned when it's running, and that'll give you a clear direction whether you're having excessive wear, premature wear, or even your crew is not doing the job on a timely basis. So it's important that you make a habit of walking in your car wash and taking a look down here and see if the carriage is all the way back, if they're doing their maintenance or not, because it's going to cost you money if they don't. I hope this helps, and for more frequently asked question videos, log on to sonnysdirect.com/FAQ.